September is National Suicide Prevention Month and National Recovery Month. Mental Health Colorado is a nonprofit fighting to get more quality mental health and substance use care for people in Colorado. This month, the group is focused on a special gala that you can support. You can support this special tribute gala on September 22nd. President and CEO Andrew Romanoff joins me now with much, much more. Andrew, what is Mental Health Colorado and who do you serve?
So we're a nonprofit organization. We've been leading the fight since 1953 to try to prevent and treat mental illness and substance use disorders. We're not ready to declare victory because there are about 1 million people in this state who experience a mental health disorder, and only half of them are getting the care they need. So we've got a lot of work to do.
So one of the events you have coming up is this gala on September 22nd. Tell us about that.
Right. So every year we try to pay tribute to people and organizations that are making a difference in the prevention and treatment of mental illness and drug and alcohol addiction. This year, among others, we're paying tribute to the governor because John Hickenlooper has demonstrated real leadership in this field. We're also paying tribute to an employer in Colorado Springs, a group called G.E. Johnson, whose president and CEO, a fellow named Jim Johnson, has really led the way to help employees get treatment for drug addiction instead of simply firing them.
Okay, who else will be honored or what else will be going on?
Well, so we do have one honoree we are not ready to announce yet.
It's a surprise.
To find out, yeah, you'll have to come. You can learn more about the event at mentalhealthcolorado.org/tribute2018.
That's fantastic. Okay, so you have about 500 to 600 people who will attend this one. So what happens at the Rise Gala?
Well, we'll be telling stories of recovery and treatment and hope. We know that too often the news around mental illness is one of despair and tragedy. In my own family, I lost a very close relative to suicide about 3 years ago. 1,100, thank you, 1,100 Coloradans die by suicide each year. So we're used to seeing stories that don't end well, but we also want to celebrate success. And we know that there are plenty of success stories and leadership that we'd like to honor at this event.
All kinds of people can attend, but who specifically should attend?
Yeah, well, look, the truth is this cause touches every single family in the state. I tell my team we have 5.5 million potential supporters in Colorado. They just don't all know it yet. But there isn't a family in this state that in some way hasn't been touched by mental illness, by drug or alcohol addiction, by suicide. The good news is this is a battle we can win. Mental illness doesn't have to be a death sentence. It's treatable. And we'll talk about that at the gala as well.
Okay. So September marks National Suicide Awareness Month, but it also marks National Recovery Month as well for those who are dealing with substance abuse. What is Mental Health Colorado doing to raise awareness this month in particular?
Yeah, the truth is every month ought to be Suicide Awareness and Recovery Months because September is not the only time in which we find ourselves in need of these services. On our website at mentalhealthcolorado.org, we put up a series of resources, tips for folks who are in recovery or seeking treatment, in particular for drug or alcohol addiction, so they can learn how to get the care they need. We're also promoting a crisis and counseling line. People can call any time of day, anywhere in the state for free, 844-493-8255, 844-493-TALK, to have a conversation with a mental health clinician or a peer specialist, someone who himself or herself has experienced a mental health or substance use disorder. And if you're not comfortable talking, and I know a lot of kids would rather text, you can text the word TALK to 38255 and have the same conversation confidentially 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It's great that you've thought of that and have that covered, knowing that that is their way of communicating these days.
Yeah, there's a terrific team at Rocky Mountain Crisis Partners that operates that line. They handle about 160,000 calls a year. So it is a life-saving service.
Keeping with the Recovery Month, what is Mental Health Colorado doing to help people who are suffering from addiction right now?
Well, one of the things we're trying to do is make sure that more people can get the treatment they need. And the truth is, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of folks who experience mental illness or addiction aren't. In part because their insurance companies don't always cover it, or the cost is too high, or the stigma is too acute. We hear from a lot of folks who say, I didn't seek care because I was worried about what would happen if someone found out. And even when they seek it, they can't always find it because mental health and substance use service professionals are still too few and far between. So we're trying to decrease the stigma and increase the supply of treatment.
We have just a few seconds left, but sharing stories is important because it helps with inspiration, especially with the recovery and the success stories. So how do people share their stories?
They can do that online as well. We've created an online story bank at mentalhealthcolorado.org. Some of these stories have sad endings, but some have much happier outcomes. My own twin sister is living proof that mental illness is treatable. She suffered from a very deep depression. Eventually, she got the right mix of counseling and medication, and now she is calling me several times a day. I told people the treatment was too effective, but I want more people to learn and understand and receive the care they need.
Such an important topic. I'm sorry for your loss again.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time.
Thanks very much,
Appreciate
Jackie.
it. Absolutely. Save the date now. The Mental Health Colorado Tribute Gala event is Saturday, September 22nd at 5:30 p.m. It will be held at the Marriott Denver Tech Center. Their Tribute Gala event is Saturday, again, September 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at the Denver Marriott Tech Center Hotel. You can buy tickets and sponsorships online at mentalhealthcolorado.org.